Okay, welcome back to another video. Before I get into the guide, I just want to tell you a couple of things, and I want you to make sure that you've liked and subscribed to the channel if you like this guide. This is the ultimate Hakuda guide, the best guide you'll see on YouTube probably. I spent so much time and effort. As you can see, it's 1,600 words. This took me like 4 hours to write. If you want me to be right, I was taking so much time with this because I want you all to do well with Hakuda. And if you want to join the best clan in EU, I'm not joking. Join the clan in the description below. You'll have to pass a trial and everything, but if you've watched this guide, you're probably good enough to know. I've also left this Google Doc in the description if you want to read through it on your own time, feel free to do that. And I'm going to split this video up into a couple of sections. The first section is going to be about Hakuda in general, what works into Hakuda, and if Hakuda would even fit your playstyle, to be honest. I have a second section which is more about combos, making sure you're hitting the combos, staying ahead of the enemy, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then the next three sections will be race specific. So I have the SR Hakuda, Arrancar Hakka, and Quincy Hakka. And the fifth and final section will be, the sixth and final section will be any personal tips I can give and kind of how to play against Hakuda too. So let's get into it. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe again. Peace. Okay, so to start off this video, the first section is going to be about Hakuda in general, what Hakuda works into, and if Hakuda will fit to your play style. If you're going to play like a hyper aggressive Hakuda playstyle, or even like a more slow, methodical kind of Hakuda playstyle. Obviously you want to play Hakuda, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. And in my opinion, there are two ways to play Hakuda well. There's the hyper aggressive playstyle, you know, making sure you're switching up your combos, constantly putting pressure onto the enemy. Or there's the laid back kind of Hakuda playstyle, which is where you're playing around cooldowns. This is more like the wasp playstyle. You're just playing to infuriate your enemy, basically. In my opinion, the first playstyle, the hyper-aggressive one, works way better with like a Quincy Hakka or an Arrancar Hakka, because you have access to spine rend, your partials are more aggressive, your shrifts are more really aggressive, bar like wind. Whereas with a SR Hakka, you kind of have to play slower, because you don't have the ability to always be on the front foot, because your Shunko will run out. So you can kind of play around your cooldowns and your Shunko crit, which is really good. So yeah, we have the two ways. We have the aggressive and the passive way. I play more of the passive way, unless I'm on the fire Shunko, which I have to be aggressive because I think it's just so strong. But the things you're going to struggle against as a Hakuda player are speed players, because they will just run out of your way. They have so much hyper armor in their kit. They will Spectre step out of your combo. They will waterfalls outside of your combo. There's not really much you can do about it unless you cancel it before they use the move. But the one thing Hakuda does really well into are other Hakuda players. If you're an Arrancar Hakka player or even a Quincy Hakka player, then you have access to Spine Rend, which is a really good tool to make sure you're taking the enemy's combo. So if they up tilt you, you can make it your own with a cheeky Spine Rend. That's most of the part for the first section. As I said, it is really just an overall of, are you going to play aggressive? Are you going to play slow? I mean, that's kind of up to your discretion. Are you a fast, aggressive player? Are you really good at parrying? You want to permanently keep your enemy back into a corner? Then you'll play the first playstyle, the really aggressive one. If you're less confident with your parrying, you want to kind of play the game your way, you want to control it a bit more, then you go for the more passive playstyle. Let's get into the next section. Thank you. Peace. Okay, so the second section will be about your combos, how to make sure you're landing your combos, how to make sure you're in your enemy's head, make sure they're not parrying everything. And in my opinion, this is easily the most important section of the guide, but it's also one of the shorter periods, because there's not really much to explain, because once you know how to play Hakuda, you'll know how to play Hakuda. Like, there's not really much explanation, but let's get into it anyway. An example of how you want to start your combo is you want to up tilt them with, say you hit like a counter with Theatre, you'll do a catch and dragon into a rising shot, now they're up tilted. They're probably going to insta-block, because everyone's first thing is to insta-block. They don't react, they insta-block. So you delay your Tora reach. As soon as you see them block, press Tora reach. Now they're guard broken, right? So instead of using another guard break move like a death flare, you want to hit them with like a negation or something that doesn't insta guard break. Like a negation or a shori or a pulse, something like that. Just to keep your combo going. Then as soon as they're unguard broken, you want to use your other guard break move. So you want to have death flare, you want to death flare them. You just literally want to cycle your moves with throw delays in there. Throw feints in there, just M1, then right click to feint it. You want to maybe even crit in that air sometimes just to throw them off. I saw there's Spectre, a YouTuber who's also really good at Hakuda. He likes to throw the pulse behind him to throw the enemy off. That also really works as a feint. Like, there's so many things you can do with Hakuda to just mind control that enemy, which is the whole gimmick of Hakuda. Like, as it says here, the whole gimmick of Hakuda is how different combos you can have and how unpredictable it is. Take advantage of your unpredictability. Do not let them know what you're going to do next, and you're going to win nearly every fight. As I said earlier, the basics of a Hakuda combo is something like this. Guard break move into a move that doesn't guard break, into a guard break move into a move that doesn't guard break. But remember, if your enemies predict this, you always want to switch it up. Make sure you get on top, like, you're ahead of the enemy, making sure you're the one in control of the fight. And it just makes the fight so much easier. Doing this, delaying, feinting, straight autoing in the middle of a combo. So many silly, like, stupid things that shouldn't work, they work so often. Don't just brain rot 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to work in high elo, you're going to struggle. But that is it for the combo section. Now I'm going to get into the third section, which is probably the longest one, about SR Hakuda, where I have a Shikai tier list and some other tips I want to give you. See you in the next one. And for the next section of the guide, I'm going to be talking about SR Hakuda specifically, whether you should be going for a certain Shikai, or maybe we're going for a Fire Shunko or the Wind Shunko. I'm also going to provide a small tier list of what Shikais to use. It's probably like top 5 tier list of what I think are the best ones to use. In this section, I'm only going to be talking about SR Hakuda. If you aren't a Soul Reaper or don't really care for it, just go to the next section of the video, which is going to be Arrancar. Then I'm going to do Quincy. And in my personal opinion, SR Hakuda is currently the worst Hakuda. Surely it's not biased, I know, right? In my opinion, the only way you can achieve greatness with SR Hakuda is Advanced Shunko. You can't go Spine Rend with Soul Reaper because you don't have a solid way to up tilt without Advanced Shunko like the other races. The only way you can go Spine Rend is with like Ink or Flower, because then they get their own crit and they get rid of the really bad base SR Hakuda crit. This part of the guide, I want to tell you that you need to abuse the Shunko crit. It is on like no cooldown. If you're using Fire Shunko, make sure you're grabbing them at every chance you get. If you're Wind Shunko, make sure you up tilt them at the chance they get. Use the crit mid combo. You do a negation, you do your Death Flare into negation, into the Shunko crit. It's so strong. It increases your damage, keeps them up in the air. So strong. And I also have a little visor tips. If you do have visor, which I know a lot of you don't, but if you do, you need kind of a Ray regen. But if you don't struggle with Ray, just ignore that. But damage, HP regen, and defense, in my opinion, are the best 3 you can have for basically anything. But speed variant is useful if you really struggle with people backpedaling away from you. Speed variant is really helpful. And for this last part, I just wanted to give you the top 5 Shikais to use and a tip for each one. First, we have Fire. The Fire X is an amazing combo extender. It gives you another one of those moves where you can go into a Death Flare into Fire X. Up tilt them more and keep your combo going, and it does a good bit of damage. The C as well makes it really easy to get free Catch and Dragon if you can hit it. Wind is the second best in my opinion, because yeah, it just has 2-point clicks move which start Hakuda combos. You have the sphere thingy, I don't know what it's called. You throw it at them and then you bring them to right in front of your feet and you just Catch and Dragon them. Then you have the one where they're just locked in place, another free Catch and Dragon. Theatre isn't a good Shikai, but it's really good for Hakuda because of the counter. Because if you hit the counter, you get a guaranteed Catch and Dragon, which is just a guaranteed combo, right? Ice is also really good. You have a lot of pressure with Ice. The Z move can be used in the air for Hakuda, and the X, the Shurikens, can be used to move stack, as well as the really good counter, the C. And then the last one I put is Blood. Blood is insanely good with Hakuda, because one, if you have Blood and you're comboing them, you're just healing while comboing them. It's crazy. The C is a frame 1 move, meaning you press it and it instantly happens. You can interrupt other Hakuda combos, stuff like that. And you heal insanely well if you have the HP regen visored variant. Thank you for watching. That's my SR guide part. I know it wasn't much, but I don't want to make the video too long. So if you do want to read, and I'm sorry if I'm going through everything really fast, if you do want to read it, it is in the description. So you can read it at your own pace, and if you have any questions, please DM me on Discord. I'm more than happy to help. Anyway, on to the Arrancar Hakka section. Okay, and for the 4th section, I'll be talking about Arrancar Hakka. This is slightly different to the SR Hakka because you can't get advanced Shunko with it. So you kind of have to go for 50 Hakuda, and I think it's 15 speed people go. As I said, I don't play this, so it's kind of difficult for me to speak on it. But I know for a fact that Arrancar Hakka is really good. You get your free Sero tree, which you always want to take Sero grab in my personal opinion. It's a free like bar of damage if you guard break them. It's crazy. You have, and the crit for Arrancar Hakka is just a free up tilt. But apart from that, it's mostly just the same. You want to up tilt, you want to keep delaying your combos, mixing up your combos. But I do have a slight tier list of what to use with Arrancar Hakka, which in my opinion, in order, it would go Slash, Arrogante, Panthera, and Vamp. Those are all really good. And you just want to abuse your partials with Arrancar, because Arrancar partials are so strong. But I mean, as I said, there's not really much I can speak about for Arrancar, because I'm not an Arrancar or a Quincy player. So I'm just going to go to the next Quincy section. I'm really sorry again. If you have any questions, please DM me. I'm more than happy to find out information for you. Now on to the 5th section, which is about the Quincy Hakuda. Once again, this is the same as an Arrancar. You're going to go 50 Hakuda, 15 speed. But Quincy Hakka is similar to Arrancar, but there is slightly different because there's a couple of nice tricks that I've found out because one of my friends is a Quincy Hakka player. So he's told me some nice tips that'll help. First of all, you need the Warden weapon. In my opinion, this is the best weapon in the game. I don't care what anyone says. It's a free combo extender, has little to no wind up, and once you've hit them with the crit, you just get a free pull, right? So if you pull them, you got a break, you hit the pull, boom, another combo extender. You also have a shadow move for Quincy Hakka, which is kind of like Shuri, but you also get to see how much HP and array they're on, which is really good information. It is basically just a worse Shuri, to be honest. But apart from that, it is basically just normal Hakka. There's not really much to say. And then the Shrifts, I'd recommend Wind. If you hit the pull, you basically guarantee yourself a combo, which no one uses, by the way. Not a single Quincy uses Wind Hakka. So thanks to my friend for that. He's low-key the goat. And then we have Compulsory, which I think is an overloaded Shrift. It's so strong. Any scenario. We have Iron, which is literally meant for Hakka. It's just combo extenders in the air. And then we have Miracle, which the blind move can get you easily an up tilt. And then the hand slam can ragdoll in the air sometimes. It's very inconsistent though. And onto the last part we go. Personally, before I played Hakuda, I always struggled against playing against Hakuda. If I saw a Hakuda on the enemy team, I was low-key cooked, right? I could not play against their build at all. But ever since switching to Hakuda, it's made it 10 times easier. Now you know what they're going to do because you do it too. It was all just a big mind game. Just make sure you're being as patient as humanly possible and parrying off of seeing their animation instead of parrying off of prediction. Parrying off prediction is what I used to do, and it's one of the worst mistakes you can do. It's really bad. Just parry off animation instead. But as a Hakuda player, you can play against a Hakuda player so easy. If you really need to, just use your absolute defense to get out of their combo and then make it your own. But once again, this has taken me a crazy amount of time to do since I was conversing with some of the best players I know from each race that main Hakuda. So if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or DM me on Discord. I'm always happy to help. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next one isn't me rambling for like 20 minutes, but I hope this guide helps. Thank you so much. Peace.